Hey guys, Mike here at MH Tutorials. Welcome back to another modeling video. Okay, well today another subscriber request as usual, and I'm trying to get through the list. Today we are going to model a pair of glasses, okay? And the model that was requested was related to John Boy Walton from the TV series The Waltons. And if you know who that is, then you are old like me, okay? This is way, way back. Anyway. Let's get started with that. Okay, so we're going to start by creating half of the glasses, and then we're going to mirror that over. So we're just going to focus on that, and we're going to start by creating a polygon torus, and we'll drag that out. As you can see, it's quite large, so let's tweak that. We're going to hit Control A to pull up our attribute editor, and we're going to go into our polytorus 1. And let's bring down the section radius to, let's say, 0.75. And then we'll increase subdivision to 40, which should be about right. And as you can see, it's still a little bit clunky, but if we select it and we hit 3 on our keyboard, it will smooth out nicely. Okay, so that's our initial shape. We're going to just position this. So we'll select it. We're going to hit E to rotate it, and we're going to pull that up. And let's make sure that we are at 90 degrees exactly. Okay, that's a bit large, so we're going to hit R, and we're going to scale that guy down quite a bit, so it's just easier to work with. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to center it on my grid line, so I'm going to hit W, and I'm going to move it back, and just make sure that I'm at exactly 0 in my translation settings. Okay. And then obviously I need to move it a little bit to the left because this is going to be the bridge between the two circles, and here's the leg, if you will. I don't know what that's called. Okay, maybe we'll pull that in just a little. All right. Now, excuse me. Let's focus on the glass that's going to fit inside our glasses. All right. For that, we're going to take a polygon sphere, sorry. We're going to pull that up, and we're going to hit E, and we're going to rotate that until we are at 90 degrees. I'm going to set my translate values to 0, like so. I'm going to hit W to move that in. And let's see, we'll check it from this view right here. Hit F to zoom in. And we're going to add some subdivision. So let's do 40 by 40. Okay. And then I'm just going to approach it from the top. And I'm going to right click, go to face, and I'm going to drag select the top half and hit delete. Okay. Then I'm going to right click, go to object mode, take this guy, and I'm going to hit R, and I'm going to start to scale it in quite a bit. And we don't want it to be all the way flat, but just a little bit, like so. We're just going to check if it's sitting properly, and it looks like it is. And now you don't want this to be just as it is. You want it to have a little bit of thickness for the glass, okay? So with that selected, we're going to go to polygon menu, obviously, edit mesh, and under face, we are going to hit extrude. We're going to drag on the thickness, and as you can see, that's a bit much, so we'll do 0.02 for now, and that is not bad. Okay, good, good. And then next what we're going to do is we are going to, let's see, we're going to start on this end over here. Okay, for that we're going to start off with a initial cube shape. So we're just going to pull that out and pull that up. And then from our top view, we're going to hit W and we're going to bring that in. F to zoom in and R to scale down. and we're going to bring it closer to our glasses here. Have to zoom in. And then in our Polycube, let's see, we're going to set this value to 0. So that's good. And that will be our starting point. Okay. Let's check on the height. I have to zoom in. As you can see, we can allow it to be a little bit bigger than that. So we'll just increase its size a little bit. Hit W, bring that out, and bring that down. And we want it to be level on this line here. So we're just going to check the setting. This one, we're going to set to 0. Okay. So we got that. It's probably still a bit small. So we'll just give it a little bit more. Okay. We're going to check it from our top view, and we want it to be, let's do, yeah, that's about right. And then we're going to right click, we're going to go to vertex, we're going to take these two, and we're going to bring that in here, and take these two and bring that in there. And we're going to tweak that shape in a sec, but that's fine, okay? Then we're going to go to Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop Tool Option Box, Single Setting, and we'll do an edge right there. Okay, hit Q on your keyboard. We're going to approach it from this end, right-click Face, take that face, and go to Edit Mesh and Extrude under Face. We're going to hit W, we're going to pull that out, but also we're going to pull it downwards just a little. So from our top view, you'll get something like this, all right? And that is where our hinge will start. Now, we want to smooth this out, so we're going to add some subdivision, or some edges, sorry. So insert edge loop tool, and we'll do one right there, one there, and one there. And then we'll check it from the side, hit F to zoom in. We'll do one here, and one here, and one here. Hit Q on your keyboard, or right click object mode, select that and hit 3. And that's not bad. All right. Now we're going to move it in just a little. Bit more. Okay, and we'll take it from there. All right. Now we're going to hit 1 to go back. This is the location where we roughly want to have our hinge, if you will. Okay. So for that, we are going to first create another cube. We're going to pull that up. And from our top view, we're going to move that over here. Move that down. Hit F to zoom in. A bit more. And we'll right click, go to vertex, drag click these two, bring that out there. And then we are going to adjust the height. Let's do that in this view. Hit 4 for wireframe mode. Right click object mode, select that and bring that down. And just make sure it has the same height. So right click vertex, not on that one, just on this guy. Right click vertex, drag click these two, bring that down. Okay, so that is now in position, and we will be extending this. So we'll, let's see, we'll take the vertices from the top. So these, just to bring that out a little bit, and we'll adjust that later. And now we can start to create our hinge. So for that, we will take, let me think. We'll take a polygon pipe. We'll drag that out. As you can see, I need to, let's try that again. Polygon pipe. That thing is big. Okay. We'll just bring that down a bit. So thickness, we'll do 0.5. We'll create 40 subdivisions, and we'll decrease the radius quite a bit. We're going to go to our top view, and we're going to move that over. I have to zoom in. So we want this hinge to be somewhere around here, and it has to be combined with our model. So we're going to make that nice and small. I have to zoom in, and let's bring that in here, and that will be, okay, it's going to be something like this. All right, so that means that we first have to adjust the height. We'll bring it down. We're going to hit R. We're going to start to stretch it. Bottom looks fine. Right click vertex, take the top, hit W and bring that up here. Have to zoom in. We're going to have something like this. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to right click at object mode, and we're going to select this and this and go to mesh and combine. And then we'll take that and this, and we'll go to mesh boolean and union. Okay. So now if we select this and hit 3, now we need to adjust this guy. All right, that's fine. So we're going to go to Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop Tool, and let's start to add some edges here, similar to what we did before. Okay, and we'll do one here. That looks fine. One there and one there. One on the top here. And we'll do the same with this guy. We'll do one up here and one down there. All right. Let's see how we're doing. Right click object mode, hit 3. Okay, that's not too bad. We need to add 2 more. And they will be, insert edge loop tool. We'll try to get something a bit closer here, if that will work for us. You see that the union bit is kind of giving us a headache, but that's fine. Okay, let's see what we got. Q on our keyboard, right click object mode, hit 3. That's not what I was going for, so we're going to go back a few steps. That looks much better. Okay, and we're going to put a little screw in there. So for that, we'll take a polygon cylinder. We're going to pull that up. And then in polycylinder 1, we are going to select round cap and increase subdivision to, let's do 10. Now we don't really need the rounded part at the bottom. I think Well, it doesn't hurt, it's fine. We're gonna move that thing in there. So F to zoom in, W to move down, F to zoom in again. We're gonna hit R and we're gonna scale that. Let's check our height. Once again, I have to zoom in, and as you can see, it's sticking out just slightly, which is all right. Okay. So next, we are going to select this guy. We're going to hit 1 first to go back. And what we're going to do is we're going to extend this, but also start to model it. Okay. So we're going to right-click our vertex. We're going to drag select these. And now we're going to look at it from this view right here. So we want this to go back, but we want to have some sense of shape in it as well, obviously. Okay. Now a couple of ways we can address that. First of all, we're going to go to Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop tool, and we'll add an edge loop right there. And let's see, we'll do one right there. Hit Q on our keyboard, right-click vertex, and we're going to drag select these. And then we're going to hit W, and we're going to bring that up to about there. And we need to keep the length in mind because that has a fairly large effect on the whole thing. Because when this is folded in, it should go between the span width of the two glasses. Okay, but so far we're doing okay. All right, so now that we got that, right click, select it, hit 3. Let's see how that looks. It's not too bad. Okay, and it looks like we need to extend it a bit more. So right click vertex, take them, and we can adjust that when we have mirrored the whole thing, but for now that looks okay. And now we're going to create the ear piece, if you will. So we're going to create another polygon cube, give it a little height. I'm going to go to our top view, have to zoom in, and typically that will be slightly thicker. So that's about right from that angle. From this angle, we're going to bring it down to about here. And let's start to shape that, okay? So we're going to go to our perspective view, hit F to zoom in, right click face, edit mesh, extrude. And now we're going to go back to this view. We're going to hit W and we're going to pull that out. And then we're going to hit G to repeat, pull it out again, and hit W and bring it down just a little. G to repeat, W to pull out again. And we're just going to start to bring that down. Now at this point, we need to rotate the edges. So we're going to right click, go to edge, take those, hit E, and we're going to start to rotate. And maybe hit W and bring that back a little bit. We're going to do G to repeat, W to pull out. Oops, my repeat function was not what I expected. Take those edges again, just these. And we're going to go to Edit Mesh, Extrude under Edge. Hit W, bring that out. And again, rotate it a little bit. G to repeat, W to pull out. And E to rotate it a little bit. Let's see where we're at. Okay, a bit more. E to repeat, W to pull out, and rotate a bit more. G to repeat, W to pull out, and we're getting pretty close. E to rotate, and once more. G to repeat, W to pull out, and E to rotate. I have to zoom in so we can see whether we're level. Okay. All right, so we got that. Now we're still going to tweak this a little bit. We're going to right click, we're going to go to vertex, and we're going to take a number of these vertices, and we're going to hit R, and we're going to just start to make them a bit thicker. And it looks like we'll have to do that manually, so that's fine. Let's smooth this guy out. And we will need to add subdivision, but that's all right. Looks like I got a little bit of a problem here, but we'll quickly fix that. Right click edge. Select all these edges, go to mesh and fill hole. That should work. It did not for some reason. So I'll just have to fix that problem, and I'll just explain what happened there. I took the edges instead of the faces, so I just extruded the edges, so I apologize. So I'll have to take this and repeat that last section. So I'll just pause the video and I'll quickly fix that, and I'll be back in a second. All right, so I didn't do anything fancy. I just extruded the faces instead of the edges, and as you can now see, this is now closed up, so that's fine. We're going to right click at object mode. We're going to select it. We're going to hit 3. Shape in itself is okay, but we need to add a few edge loops. So hit 1 to go back. Mesh tools, insert edge loop tool. We'll add one down here, and we'll add one down here. Q on your keyboard, right click object mode, select it and hit 3. Okay. And maybe we'll hit W and bring it in just slightly. Okay. So that's what we got so far. Now let's deal with this bridge section here between the two. I'm initially going to create the bridge as a whole, and I'll cut off half because we are going to mirror. So just create that, go to your top view, and we're going to move it in here and there. We're going to hit R, and we're going to scale it in just a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull it forward. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is move in, and I'm going to remove this face here. Right click face and delete. Reason being that we need to be able to copy it from this end, okay? So right click vertex, drag click these, bring them in to about here, and then right click face, edit mesh, extrude under face, and we're going to do something similar to what we did just now. Hit 5 for shaded mode. We're going to bring that out and bring that down a little. I'm going to hit G to repeat, W to pull out, and bring it down some more, and hit E and rotate that a little bit. G to repeat, W to pull out. That looks about right. We will need to go to right click vertex and take these vertices down here and bring them up to something like so. And then we're going to take this bottom vertex and kind of level it. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Right click object mode. We're going to hit R and we're going to scale it in like so. And then we're going to move in, right click face, select that one, edit mesh and extrude. And we're going to hit W and we're going to bring that out towards our frame. Okay. And we're going to tweak these vertices a little bit. So right click vertex, take these two and bring them in, and then take that one. Let's see what we got. That's pretty cool. Okay. Now, what we're going to do here is, first of all, figure out if this distance is too big, and it looks like it is, just a little bit. So we're going to right click vertex, take these, bring that into about there. Right click object mode, select that and hit 3. So all in all, shape's not bad at all. We will, however, add an edge loop. So we're going to move in and go to Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop Tool, and we'll add an edge right there. We'll add one. I'll hit 4 on my keyboard so I can see where I'm at. Right there. We'll do one here, and we'll do one here. Hit Q on your keyboard, 5 to go back to shaded mode. Right-click Object Mode, select it, and hit 3. Okay. All right. Now, we got that so far. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to select the whole thing and go to Mesh and Combine. Let's see if that's messing up anything. Hopefully it is not. Okay, so we got that. And now we're going to need to move the pivot point right here because we're going to copy it over. Okay, so with this object selected, we're going to go to our top view, have to zoom in, and our pivot point looks to be right there. So we're going to hit W to move. We're going to hold down the D key to move our pivot point until it's right there. And then we're going to move it up here until it's centered between these two. And hit F to zoom in. It's zooming in on the entire object. That looks okay. And from this view, as you can see, we're going to need to move it up. So we're going to hold down D on our keyboard, and let's move the pivot point to right there. Okay. Now with that done, and we've got the whole thing selected, we're going to mirror it over, and hopefully this is going to work out okay, because for some reason I always mess that up. So that's selected. So we're going to go to Edit, Duplicate Special, Option Box. We want an instance, and we want it on -X. Okay, so it's on instance, and let's see, scale -1 on X and 1 on Z. And let's see if that will work out for us. Okay. So we got that so far. Now we're going to move in, and we have this connection point here. Okay. So we're going to hit 4 for wireframe mode. We're going to right click, go to vertex, and we're going to select, actually, let's combine these two first. Object mode, mesh, combine. Right click vertex, select these vertices, and go up to edit mesh and merge components. Now that's crossing over a line, but let's see if that's visible in our model or not. It is, which is not what I want. So let's just see what the problem is there. Just gonna hit Control Z. Right click object mode. Let's hit 1 and not do that in smooth mode. Let's try that again. Right click vertex. I have all of these. merge component, right click object mode, hit 3 to smooth. Still doing that. Okay. Let's see how we can fix that. Let me see. One. I think the reason is that there's a slight overlap in the vertices. And, you know, the thing is with modeling, you will run into stuff like this. You can see that these edges are coming together in an area where there's only one. And, okay, now I see the problem. What we're doing here is we're merging these vertices together, right? And what it's doing is it's merging the top and the bottom vertices together as well, instead of just these, okay? So the manual fix here is to select these two vertices and go to Edit Mesh, Merge Components. Then select the two beneath that, hit G to repeat, okay? And I'll just pause the video and go around, and then the problem should be fixed, okay? All right, guys, so I did that. So now let's see what happens. Right-click Object Mode to select it, hit 3, and there you go. Problem gone. All right, so let's start to apply some material to this, okay? Now, for the frame, and we're just going to go to Mesh and Separate, okay? And then we can select it again and hit 3. Okay, we're going to take the frame and we'll take the bridge here, and I think we will have to take that little, we'll change the color of the screw, that's fine. Okay, so we got that. We're gonna right click, assign new material, MIA_X, there we go. Material tab, presets, chrome and replace, and we're gonna change the color a little bit. So what we're gonna do is we are going to take this color and make that quite dark. And then just to get kind of a glow in it, we're going to change this to red and then make that fairly dark just to see how that will work out, okay? Then we're going to take these two guys and they need to be smooth, so hit 3, there we go. And we'll go to Mesh and Combine, right click, assign new material. We're going to take a blend. There we go. And we'll change this to white, and then we're going to tweak the transparency a little bit so it's somewhat transparent. All right. Then we're going to take the glass, these two, right click, assign new material, and we'll do, let me think, we'll do MIA_X, material tab, presets, glass solid, and replace. And there's a bluish hue here, if you will, and we don't really want that, so we're going to select white, okay, and then we're going to do a test render. So I'm going to select the whole thing, Control G to group, and let's hit W and bring that up right there. And then we're going to hit E, and we're going to rotate it just so that the end of the glasses are hitting the floor. That worked out fine because that's how usually glasses respond, okay? So we got that. We're going to create a ground plane. And as soon as we have our test render, we're also going to change this into sunglasses and mirror glasses, okay? So here, we're going to select that, assign new material. We'll do a Fong E, and we'll change that to white. And let's increase the size of this thing. Hit R, stretch that out, and stretch that out. There we go. We're going to set up our resolution gate. Okay, and now we're going to go to our render settings, mental rate. In my quality tab, I'm going to set this to 1.5. And if you have a version of Maya that's earlier than 2015, you would set it to production quality. Okay. Ray tracing, we're going to increase these values because we're using glass, and I want to have enough um, reflections because the light's going through the glass and so forth. So 6, 3, and 3. Then I'm going to go to indirect lighting, and I'm going to go to caustics, and we're going to set that up. And again, because we are working with glass, and I'm going to set that to about 300 roughly. Okay. So that is all right. We're going to set up global illumination and final gathering. Quality tab is set up, and I'm going to set up image-based lighting. So I'm going to hit create there, and we're going to find a nice HDRI file to work with. So documents, Maya HDRI, and let's do a studio lighting. And I get a question a lot, where do you get these files? Most of them you can download for free. Just Google for free HDRI image or check out hdrlabs.com. And I think there are actually some HDRI images on cdtextures.com as well. Okay, so that should be good. One more little thing, I forgot to take these little screws here. Right click, assign a material, MIA material X. We'll do preset chrome, just a regular chrome, just to give a little bit of difference there. And we're going to go to create lights and point light. Pull that up. Excuse me. Hit 7 on your keyboard so you can see what your lighting is doing. Okay, maybe just a little bit at an angle. And we'll go to create lights and ambient light, which is very, very bright. We'll push it back here, pull it up, and decrease intensity to about 0.1. Okay. I'm going to do a quick test render, and if this works out okay, we'll change it to sunglasses and so forth. Okay, see you back in a second. All right, guys, here are glasses. Couple of little things I want to tweak, but all in all, you can see that the glass effect and actually the bended glass effect, enlarging this here works out perfectly because it looks very much like what a real set of glasses would do. This light source is a bit too bright because it's reflecting on my Fong material. So I change that, and I want to change the color of the legs here. So just we'll quickly do that. So I'm going to take these two, and I'm going to go into my material. And what I'll do, as you can see, there's a very long list going on here. Select all of that. So right-click Object Mode, select all of it, edit, delete by type, history, modify, freeze transformations. Okay. So I got these two, and in my blend material, we'll do black instead, okay? And then my light source, this guy, I'm gonna bring it up, and hopefully it's not gonna be in my file too much. Maybe bring the intensity down to 0.6. And I'm going to change my HRI image because, as you can see, there are a lot of big dark spots and bright spots here. That's causing that problem. Maybe my light 0.8, that's a bit better. Okay, so we're going to go to our render settings, delete that, and create it again so I can get another file. And we'll do, well, I'm just going to surprise myself, see what we got. That's not good. We'll do, I've used this one before, so I know what that looks like. Okay, so there we go again. I'm going to do another quick render. See you guys in a sec. All right, guys. Well, I think that looks better. So yeah, we'll go with that. Cool. Okay, so now we're going to create some mirror glasses and sunglasses. Okay, so let's close this. What I will do is take this light source and bring it back a little so our shadows will become a little bit longer. Okay, and then I'm going to drag select this guy. Make sure my ground plane isn't selected, and hopefully it's not. No, it's not. Okay, and we're going to do Control D to duplicate it. And we'll just move that over here. And then we'll do Shift D to repeat that once more. Okay. Now, for the glasses in the middle, we'll take our glass, right click, assign new material, Maya material, presets, chrome, and replace. And then we'll take this one and we'll turn that into sunglasses. Okay. So we're going to go to our Maya material, and I need to change my material because otherwise I'm going to change this one as well. So assign new material, MIA, and I'm going to go to presets, and we will do glass thick again. Replace that, but in our color, we're going to bring that way down. And actually, now let's change this up a little. What we'll do is we'll right click, assign new material. We'll do a blend just to show you that you can create glass with a blend material as well. Okay, and we're going to change the color to pretty much black. Okay, we're going to increase transparency just a little. You still want to have a sense that we're talking about sunglasses here, and we will increase reflectivity to about 0.7. Okay, and now what we'll do is we will see if we can get these in a shot where we can see everything nicely. Let's do this. Just rotate it a bit. Okay, let's give this a try. Okay, just gonna check my image size. HD 1080. Okay, I'm gonna give this a try, and I'll see you guys when it's done. Hang on. Okay, guys, here you go. So here are glasses, regular glass, mirror glass, and you can see the reflection going on here, and our sunglasses, right? And you can see, although the glass is transparent because of the reflectivity, you can see this reflection there. So that worked out quite well. And yeah, hopefully this tutorial will help you out creating sunglasses or glasses for your model. And if you have any questions, as always, let me know. I'll help you if I can. And that said, thanks for watching, and I'd love to see you guys again. Bye.